even start the slander. What are we doing with the
Good
sound effects
morning,
yet?
good
I was supposed to be
afternoon,
for
good evening,
Shadowboxing.
everybody.
Jesus
I had to do it.
Christ.
However you happen to be watching and or listening, I want to welcome you to the latest episode of the Gaming Circle podcast. The podcast where, oddly enough, this week I'm off cam and Mr. Everborn Saga is. But we're going to have some fun this morning. It's going to be concise because there's not that much going on. But what is going on is fun and interesting, and we want to talk about it.
Speaking of that, we got about 2.5 hours to get this all.
It's all good. All good.
Somebody has to go pick up a bunch of iPhones.
Oh, so somebody has to go to worship at the altar of the rotten apple. Understood?
Yeah,
Understood. It's all good.
Me, the missus,
It's all good.
the cousin. So we're picking up 3 of those.
So you got to go wait in the line and
wait
go
in line.
like
Do I look like
bread
a noob
lines?
to
You know,
hold on,
like bread
wait.
lines. You have to go get your apple because they've doled it out to you.
No. Let me. Okay, I need to give you guys. I need to give Apple people a life hack. If you are waiting online outside of an Apple store for a phone, and I say this with all due respect, you're a clown. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you've been getting iPhones all these years and you don't know what the hack is, you want an iPhone. It is iPhone launch day, right? All you need to do, because there'll be a security guard at the front. They're like, oh, you want an iPhone? Get to the back of the line. All you do is say, no, I need to get some headphones or I need to get my iPad looked at. They'll let you walk right in the store. And when you're in the store, you just say, hey, while you're helping me out, can I get that new iPhone?
See, this is how these people get around. I understand.
Wait on a line. Are you
not only must they
mind?
get their rotten apple, they must get their rotten apple first.
I'm just saying.
But
I also want to add one other trick to it because they actually, if you don't have an order, they're going to send you outside. The key is you go on your phone, you order it first. They'll tell you, oh, you got to come tomorrow. You got to come the next day. But you have an order, which means they have a device for you. So if you walk in for some other reason and you say, hey, I had this order, they would tell me to come back tomorrow, but I'm here. Sure.
You see what these people do? Not only must they worship at the rotten apple altar quickly, they must get in front of everybody else. What a world. Anyway, I'm your host, Mr.
Online. Is this a roller coaster? What are we talking about?
All the places we communicate. And I am joined once again by my brethren, the man with the life hacks, the one who must always get his rotten apple first, Mr. Everborn Saga. Good morning, sir. What else will you regale us with this morning?
I'm just trying to give you the tools that you need, right? But the thing is, and I see you, shout out to MJ Dark. Normally I have them send it to me because they'll send it to you on the first day. But Lady Everborn could not decide this year because normally we just don't think about it and get the Pro. But the Air has the Pro chip this year, and she likes the way it looks more, but then she couldn't decide on the colors. So she needed to see it in person before we made the decision. I was fine. I knew I was getting the navy blue Pro Max.
Big back Charlie putting in that work. It is what it is.
Oh my God.
Good morning, everybody. All right. So let's get into this thing. As I said, this week we have some fun stuff going on, but obviously, you know, it's pre TGS. So the news gods are waiting for TGS before they break a lot of the stuff, I suspect. But we do have a couple fun things we want to talk about. One, which I don't know if Mr. Everborn Saga is going to be as cappy as I expect him to be, because he is wearing his cap. We shall see. But we're also going to talk, of course, because I put a video out. Mr. Everborn Saga has some experience with it as well. We're going to talk about the Xbox full screen experience. We will also talk about price increases and all this other stuff.
I technically put a video out vicariously through VG Fight School. Shout out to VG Fight School.
Yes, sir. Yes,
which
sir.
I'm gonna demo what it was because there's some interesting things you can do with the new full screen experience. But we'll get into it.
We'll get to it. Yes, we'll get into it. But first and foremost, Mr. Everborn Saga, sir, it's good to have you here as usual. What's going on with the Everborn contractor? What's good? What's going on with you? I know you're busy.
I was literally just there today. We had an inspection, like the building inspection on Friday to make sure the foundation was good before we start building the extension. We had to wait all week for that inspection, but it all went well. And in the meantime, they are kind of trying to finish the framing on the inside and prep for when the new windows come in, which are that's happening Friday. So we're doing those Anderson windows. If you know windows, you know Anderson's top of the line. Casement windows, by the way, not double hung. That's where you got the single window that opens sideways.
I feel like it's pause every time he says this. Not double hung. I'm like, damn. All right, God. Big pause. All right. Anyway, oh, I'm sorry. These are the moments when I'm supposed to. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to go. Oh my God.
I think you need more sound effects.
I know I do. I do.
You gotta get it together.
I know. I gotta put a bit more effort into it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Right now, I think the oh my God says enough. Anyway. But all right, Mr. Everborn Saga, sir, I know this has been a week of weeks. There's a lot of stuff going on. Any games you've been playing, sir?
So I haven't got to play as much as I would like this week because it's just been insane. I got contract negotiations for a certain thing, a new venture that we're getting ready to get into, which I will leave that alone. I got prep work for Comic-Con, which is like in 3 weeks, New York Comic-Con. We will be at booth 2039, same booth we were at last year. So I had to do like an emergency print run because we ran out of one of the books and we got these newly designed bags. And then we got this other venture that we're going to jump into. I'll share more about that later, but I got to deal with that. Then there's like work, and then there's like business stuff. So anyway, you guys don't care about that. It's been a busy week. That being said, I have some unfortunate news to report.
Uh-oh. What's the unfortunate news, sir?
I think I've given up on, I'm tapping out on Ragebound.
Oh, you are tapping out on Ragebound. Seriously.
Tapping out on
Ragebound.
And it's
okay.
It's very unfortunate because there are 4 acts, and each act has a few stages. So I'm in Act 4, Stage 5. The final level is Act 4, Stage 6, right? So I'm right at the end, which is why I kept trying to stick with it. But I found myself more and more getting frustrated with the game to the point where I'm not enjoying myself playing it. I'm just trying to get it over with. And this is because the game is designed as an arcade style game. So there's no saving at a checkpoint, right?
Yep. You're starting at the beginning, doing the whole run,
right, you
or you're
have
starting
to
at the beginning and doing it again.
Right. You have to do the level. So Act 4, Stage 5 is a pretty long level, and there's a few cheesy moments in it. And it's not like impossible to do, but it takes a while to get through. And then you get to the boss, the boss at the end, and the boss is very cheesy. And normally I would do it and I would just bang my head against the wall until I get it done, because I can put it down. Maybe I'll play for an hour tonight, just keep playing that boss, and then I'll finally get it. But whenever I put the game down, I have to then do the level all over when I get time to play. So now I have to be in the mindset that I want to play that whole long level and then get to the boss. Yep. Which may take me a long time to do. So be honest.
This has something to do with all the other crazy Metroidvanias.
I see what Aaron is saying, right? And that is part of it, right? And those other games are kind of making me resent this one. But I will say I was switching back and forth between this and Chronos. So Chronos was on the 4090 and Ragebound was on the Ally X. So I'm able to do both. I can play these other games. And then I think what made it worse is...
You said Remod.
No, I refuse. But what made it worse is that I was avoiding Shinobi like the plague, and then I tried it, and it's just
and then Shinobi just like wrapped his arm around you, went, oh,
right, because
no,
I'm having
now.
fun with Shinobi, and I'm playing Ragebound in the end like it's a chore. Right, one's fun,
Yep.
one feels like going to work. So I like. I don't want to feel like I'm not enjoying myself when I'm playing a game. I'm just doing it to get it done, right?
Okay.
Fun fact, I haven't even touched the Sonic racing game yet.
This
Right?
is where we were going to go, man. We were going
Right.
to go here.
I
The Man
didn't-
Caps Daily, and they finally have one that is out and out. Everyone talking about it. It is great.
They
And you
they
haven't
already
played
had that with Shadow Generations, but we'll ignore that.
please.
But anyway, I'm gonna get to it. But my point is, this I think it's a discussion. Like, what do you do when a game just becomes more frustrating than fun?
More
You
work
stick
than
with it
anything
just
else.
because you're
Yeah.
at the end, or do you just say, you know what, I'm gonna move on?
I have always been okay with leaving games unplayed or half finished.
But here's
like,
what about
mentally, it
what
does
if,
not
what if
bother
you're
me.
90% finished? There's nothing in you
part's
that
tough.
says, you know,
That
I
part is very
just
tough.
slog through
Yes.
it. And I've been on this last thing, and again, it is not because the game is too hard. It is just that it takes a time commitment to go and go through that whole level and then come to the boss. For someone like me who has maybe an hour, max 2 hours to play in a night. Like if I'm playing 2 hours a night, I'm sacrificing sleep already.
Yep.
Right. And so it's just the way it is, the way the game is set up. I don't know that it fits my lifestyle at the moment with all the things I have going on. So, and this is not to say like someone else shouldn't play the game. Like you should, it's great. But I just wanted to point out that it is like
That
I'm
FOMO
literally
got
just
you.
feeling frustrated
Admit
when I
it.
play the thing.
FOMO got you. That's
I
all
think
this is.
I don't think that's all it is. I think that's an element, but it is an element, right? But it is the time thing, right? Do I have the time to commit to play through that whole level, which is very cheesy, and then get to the boss, which is the real challenge.
Yeah.
Right. And I have to think, I'm ready to fight this boss, but am I ready to play that whole level again? And many times I just say, you know what, forget it.
They really
don't feel like
should
doing that level
get checkpoints in a little closer. They really should get at least to the beginning of the boss.
Yeah, that I would be fine with, because then I got an hour. I'm gonna just grind against this boss for an hour. I'll get it eventually.
Yep.
And the thing is, they put out an update that says, hey, you can continue from a checkpoint, but it's worthless because if you exit the game, you still have to start back. They're saying I can, instead of in the settings restarting from the checkpoint, you can press start and then go to restart from last checkpoint. But that's worthless because if I die, I'm gonna go back to that checkpoint anyway.
The beginning.
So I can just
Yeah,
jump
yeah,
off
yeah.
a cliff and go back to the checkpoint. I don't need that in a setting. That should be, hey, you can restart from a checkpoint if you turn the game off. And if it had that feature, I'd probably be done with the game and I wouldn't be as frustrated. It's just I don't feel like playing that level, and I got to be in the right mental space. So it's a weird thing. And again, people in the chat, you are correct. If I had quick resume, this would not be
the
an
equation. Yeah, you're right.
issue, right?
You're right.
But quick resume doesn't work on handheld, does it?
It does not. No, it does not. Yeah. So that is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Okay. So has any other game been something you're playing now, or it's just one of those?
So
those situations?
Shinobi and Chronos, right?
Okay. So you started Shinobi in earnest at this point.
Yes.
Okay,
But I'm very early in that, so we'll talk about that more next week, because I'm gonna. The reason I'm not like far into it is because I was really grinding at Ragebound. But Chronos is what I was playing on opposite nights. Now, this
What do you
is
think of
entirely a
Chronos?
me problem, right?
Yeah.
But I have about 3 hours in this game, but I think I am only earnestly 1 hour into it, if this makes sense. The reason is because it's a corridor kind of survival horror thing,
Yeah.
but in the environment, it's very dark. You're working with a flashlight, and all the environments, at least in the beginning stage, look the same. So when you do the guide to tell you where you're supposed to go, like you press the up button, or or on the, you press in the trigger or whatever, and it'll say you need to go here. It'll say, well, you need to go to this locked door, but that doesn't help you really, because now you got to find different batteries or keys to open that door. But I find myself thinking I'm making progress and finding new places, but it's really just the same place that I was.
You're retreading your own steps over and over again.
And I've played this thing for 3 nights in a row, an hour and a half each time.
Making no real progress.
Yes.
Right? Yes.
And so it's just like, well, this shit all.
What are we doing here?
Sorry, I'm cursing, but it all looks the same. And I'm like, all right, I'm tired of walking around like this. Coming back, I was like, oh, I finally made it outside. No, clown, you're back at the beginning of the game. Yes. Yeah, more than 2 hours walking in circles. So yes, that's exactly what happened to me. What'd you say?
Are you saying the navigation mapping is terrible?
No, I am saying I am terrible at directions. So I just don't realize many times where I'm just retreading ground, because again, the enemies are sparse, right? So you can normally in a game like this, you're making progress because there's enemies that'll jump out. There are not a lot of enemies that are jumping out. So if there's no one left for me to kill,
then you don't
how
know
do I find where to go? Yeah. Usually you head to the corridor where there are more enemies, and you're heading in the right path. If you've killed everything already, no more enemies. You don't know where you're nobody's
going.
jumping out at me. I'm trying to find things, and I'm just clicking things because I'm like, is this interactable? No, it's not. That's an invisible wall. Is that interactable? Right? So
Dry Rub says F1 Saga is not allowed to be the navigator on a field trip.
That is what Google Maps is for, sir. So this is the thing. What you're seeing right now, this is just what's happening. I'm just walking around.
Yeah.
And it's
just trying to figure it out.
The environment, the all that atmosphere, fantastic. I even like how the combat feels. But again, it's very few and far between, and I'm just walking around trying to find something to open these things. That's basically the loop. So I don't know.
Unfortunate, man.
I'm gonna try Hell Is Us this week because that's more of a
really okay.
Yeah, because it has a sword. You can hack and slash and do things.
So when this wasn't a story I wanted to bring up, but because you mentioned it, did you hear the Hell Is Us guy basically said his game was not set up for success because Silk Song didn't move. Silk Song after they chose their date, Silk Song jumped on that date and they felt it was quote unquote callous.
Okay, yeah, but you should have moved. You're not Silk Song. Nobody knows what your game is. Come on, bro. Yeah. You knew people was waiting for this game. You knew Silk Song was going to come out sometime before October because they said that. By the way,
6 other games moved out of Silk Song's way, but
so you thought you was the one that was going to take on Silk Song. And again, it's not even really the same demographic, right?
Not at all. Yeah.
So not at all. Again, you could say, the real competitor is time, and Silk Song is taking time away from gamers. But you should have moved your game. Bigger games than you moved because of Silk Song, and you thought you was the one. Yes. You thought you were special. Look at you now.
I thought it was hilarious that was their fight. That was definitely their fight. Nope. Silk Song did it. I was just like, come on, guys.
Anyway, Silk Song. I bought Silk Song and I bought Hell Is Us. Because Hell Is Us, they did the right thing on the price. Plus, I got it even cheaper on CD keys or something like that. I think I paid $36 for it. So people will pick your game up afterwards, right? It's okay.
Yep, indeed.
But I supported it. I supported both of them. But I do want to try that out. I want to try it out this week because it does look interesting.
So I guess my question to you then is, when are you going to try this thing that is considered by many to be the final them finally coming straight? Finally, they've done something that everyone is excited about. What am I talking about? I am talking about Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I know you will contend that they've
it,
had great games a long time. I hear you, but by and large, everyone is saying, people that play this are saying that this, not only is this a great game, because Sonic, they've made great games in the past. I won't deny that. But what is being said is that this game is better than Mario Kart. Now, Aaron is saying it's no Mario Kart, but there are many. The president of Nintendo, you know who you are, has come out and said it's better than Mario Kart, and many others.
I think he said that to you. I think he said that to you in confidence, and I don't know.
Oh,
please,
it's fair
you putting him out on Front Street like that.
Please look, man. He deserves to be put out on Front Street because he made his statement, and it's a powerful statement. It's a powerful statement coming from that man. It is a powerful statement, and ladies and gentlemen, it is out there. Metacritic, OpenCritic, they're all throwing the flowers at this game. Mr. Everborn Saga, the biggest Sonic fan that I know. Why have you not played this game yet, man? What's going on?
I want to give it the proper time that it deserves, and so I got other things on the plate, and I laid out the games that I were going to play for this year. I have to work this in, but since we'll see if I stick with Chrome.
You are the man with multiple caps for not only Sonic but Sega. And this game comes out, and you're not even going to touch it? What?
I didn't say that. I just have a million other things going on. I'm not really a kart racer guy, so I'm gonna even Mario Kart World, like it came with my Switch 2. I never played it once.
Wow.
This looks great. You
have not played Mario Kart World. You have not played it.
I turned it on for 15 minutes, saw the open world, and never touched it again. And that's nothing to do with the game itself. It's just, I'm not really a kart racer person. I'm not a racer. I don't play Forza either.
I am stunned. But this is Sonic, man.
I understand it.
And it's
Sonic,
racing.
And I'm gonna play it. I don't like racers.
But it's Sonic. And you are the biggest Sonic cap on earth. What happened?
I understand. If once they put out a platformer, but no, it does look amazing, and I am gonna try it. I just don't know that I'm gonna. It looks fantastic.
Wow. I'm genuinely flabbergasted at the fact that Mr. Everborn Kappa has not even tried it and has no plans to try it. Holy crap!
I literally just told you I have plans to try it. I just I
guess what I mean is it's on the list, not at the top of the list. This is your catnip, sir. This
is not. No, but it's not, because it's a racer. If it was a platformer, we'd be in a different story. That being said, this is not one of those backlog Shadow Realm things where you say you're gonna get to it, like that show on Netflix that just goes farther and farther away from your consciousness. But this I actually will play. Also, is it amazing. Out? Wait a minute, is it out yet, or is it just a demo?
I'm pretty sure it's out. Yeah, and
because I know before the reason I didn't play it, because people were like, "Oh, it's a demo. You should play it." And I don't play demos, so I didn't know that it actually launched. If it actually launched,
I'm pretty sure it's out now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's out now, because I see a lot of footage on it and stuff. It's really fun, man. It looks amazing, and I will tell you, at Gamescom, the lines for this game was insane. I'm like, it's just another kart racer. What's the problem? People were literally like baking s'mores and stuff, waiting in line for hours just to play this game.
This is also an interesting thing about the Sonic racing games. Why isn't Sonic just running?
This is my question. Why is he in a car? What? He is
like, I understand the surfboard, because you can get the hoverboard. That makes sense to me, because
he should be running.
You've played as Sonic on the surfboard in the snow level where he's or snowboarding or whatever. So that I could see Sonic on a hoverboard. In a car, sense.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. No, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Anyway,
see, it's not out yet. So I am still.
It's not out yet?
Yes, comes out in 5 days.
Oh, okay,
right?
My bad. Okay, understood. So you can still say you haven't played it yet.
Plausible deniability, baby. I don't do demos.
Okay. All right, understood. No doubt. All right, well, since it's not out yet, and he has not necessarily put any time into it, we'll put a pin in this one. I just find that it's super interesting, because right now, and just so we understand why I brought this up, it's getting like rave reviews, man. You know, on all the various platforms, whether it be open or Metacritic, like by and large, those who have played it are saying, yo, this is the one. Like overshadowing the big one, the real one.
Okay. Can we talk about the elephant in the room?
Okay.
How Sega wants all the smoke. Can we bring that commercial?
Yeah. I don't know where that commercial
that
is. Let's see. Let me find that commercial. Hold up. So let's see, the Crosswords commercial, Sonic Crosswords commercial. I don't want to play the audio though, because if I do play the audio, it might get someplace. There we go. There it is right there. So
is Sega really
what
on
does
it
he
like
do?
That they're gonna?
I feel I think it's a little bit WWF. I think it's a little WWF in that, like, look, they even show you, like, they know exactly what they're showing you there, and then they blur it out only to tell you, you know, it's very much.
No, they blurred it out because they didn't want to get the Nintendo ninjas.
They don't want the ninjas after them. Exactly. It's very much, Nintendo. What Sega does energy.
What Nintendo. Come on.
It's very much
that energy. Fantastic, and I love it.
But you know,
because
let's be clear and honest with ourselves. They know as much as we all know that without Nintendo's platform, that game still ain't going nowhere, right? So you can Nintendo all you want, you still need their platform to move it. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's fantastic. But
that's the world we live in.
You got the better kart racer on your own platform, you should kind of be ashamed of yourself.
That is kind of the energy they are about. That's very true. That is the energy they're about, which is very cool. It's cool to see them back on that grind, even though, you know, I feel like that, you know, this is more for us gray beards who remember that type of energy, and we're just going, yeah, we remember that. It was beautiful, you know. Absolutely. It is what it is. Yes.
Mr. Inferno Games over here. Okay. One is blurry because it's exclusive to weak hardware. You better watch out.
Oh boy.
MJ Dark might come after you.
I mean, I will say though, and this is not me agreeing, this is just me stating a fact there, Mr. Inferno. Playing the demo as I have on the Switch 2, my first thing was, when is the Switch 2 version coming out? Because it is god awful. The version
it's a weird thing with Nintendo. They're not really giving out the Switch 2 dev kit, so developers are basically having horrible. Unless horrible. you're hand-picked, developers have to. And it's interesting that they didn't give it to Sega when they knew this was coming out. Like, come on, right? But
it's kind of gross, you know.
But what's happening? Developers have to actually make a Switch 1 game and just rely on backwards compatibility for it to play on the Switch 2.
Yep. And the Switch 1 game on the Switch 2 looks god awful, bro. Oh, I'm so sorry. It looks god awful. I hope they release a new one immediately, like eventually, because I think it will counteract those sales. Because I was just like, ooh, not great. Especially the first time I blew it up on the screen, the 4K screen. It was bad. Maybe it would have been a better experience if it was in my hands, but since it was docked, it did not represent better.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Nintendo may be doing.
They're doing some shady energy. They're playing a little fast and loose. Yeah,
they should stand on business and give them the dev kit and let the better kart racer win.
But of course, you know that ain't going down. That ain't going down.
You scared? I guess you do.
Oh, he's talking that smack, boy. All right, real quick before we continue, MJ Dark, the great MJ Dark, with a $2 super chat. He says, "Big back Charlie late." MSI claw up and the Legion go to. And sir, we're gonna put a pin in this one because I want to have that Legion go to conversation after we get to the pricing. Because oh boy,
you know, okay.
I want to get to the Legion go to. Before though, real quick, another one, the great Soul Tech with a $2 super chat. He says, "Never forget ever broke back Charlie Saka. Please hit the like button." Damn.
Christ. You know, I shared something with our community in confidence, and
they will never let you forget it. Yes.
So I do want to talk more about, have a little tech moment. We can do it later, but there's a lot of stuff going on with Meta right now, and I've been using the Quest 3 finally.
You used it now, right? You see what they did?
3 days last week. 3 days.
Yeah.
Which is more than I've used this thing probably since I got it, right? But they may have cracked the code. But if you got some other stuff, we can come to that later. We can do a tech block.
We'll do a little tech drop, but two things. One, the reason why I'm not on cam today is because it's been a horrible week for me. And secondly, because I also want to do this. Because I've been doing this while doing podcast and all that. Yeah, I've been doing this since we even started the damn show.
No. I'm saying, are we talking about this now? Are we doing full
Yes, we are talking about this now. Real quick, for those who don't know, if you haven't done so, which a lot of people have, thank you so much for checking out the video. It's up to 10+K right now, and the tutorial video is up to 3K. People watching it and leaving comments and whatnot. Thank you all so much for checking it out. What am I talking about? I'm talking about getting the Xbox full screen experience, as you see right here, on your device. Most devices, I'd say 99% of the devices have gotten it running, except for desktop machines, which can't get it running for one reason or another. I think there is a whitelist or some other kind of barometer that's stopping them from working. We're digging through that still.
Have you tried with the touchscreen to see if you can get it to register as a tablet? Because all handhelds are kind of Windows considers them tablets, and it may be that what is.
So I have a 7-inch monitor, a small 7-inch monitor that I can use for troubleshooting purposes on Windows, and it has touchscreen. So I kind of want to plug that in and see if Microsoft will see that as a tablet at that point and let it ride. I'm not sure. So we haven't really played with that just yet, but so far, some of the side effects I've seen also, and just so we're clear here, this is beta software. The tutorials out there, a lot of other people have done it. Shout out to VG Fight School. Shout out to all the folks who
did you see Doc Dark's video? He gave you a shout out.
Doc Dark was also out there. Very, very, very hilarious. Very funny. But yes, some of the side effects I've seen about this is some handhelds have not been able. I think it's the Go S have gotten their controller functions get lost once you do this thing. So some of them aren't working righteously, and I've even seen that on the original Reddit post where this whole thing originated. So some people are having to do a little bit of tweaking and twerking. Shout out to Lucius Augustus to get this thing up and running. But so far, if you're on the Legion Go 1, if you're on the Steam Deck, like the Claw,
obviously the ROG
bunch
Ally,
of different, the ROG Ally, the ROG Ally X, it's working perfectly, and people are like using it and having a good time. As you see, here's and what you're looking at is the Boomstick's version. This is shout out to Mr. Boomstick. This is his ROG Ally 1, which I've used as my test bed. That's where I did the tutorial on. I've been making sure it's ready for prime time for him to be able to use. I will most likely be sending this to him today, so you'll probably see more content from him talking about his experience using this thing. But yes, it is mad cool. Mr. Everborn Saga, sir, tell us how you feel about it while I play some games. Let's go.
Well, before you do that, go back for a second.
Okay.
Go back to your library. Show in the library tab you want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So show them the My App section, because this is a question that I've seen a lot, right?
My App, okay.
Yeah, it's right above My Games. You were there. Yeah, to the right.
My App, there you go.
So what they're allowing you to do here, without going into the desktop, like the proper desktop, you can get the other launchers staying in full screen mode without having to open something else. You can get a browser.
You can literally open it right here.
Right.
You can open
and
it
if you don't have it installed on your system, you see that it gives you the option to download it.
Option to install it. Yeah.
Right.
There's actually some oddly, and I haven't done it on this thing, talking about that. There's some odd pro tips that could actually really get you a little further beyond what they are allowing you to install, because yes, they are allowing you to install those apps right there, but you don't even have to deal with what they allow. You can actually roll your own. Like, it's kind of fun. That there's an app store in here, right? The widget store. You can download one launcher and then put your own shortcuts in the thing, even ones that aren't necessarily geared towards, the GOG store or any of those stores. You could put anything you want as a shortcut in this thing, and then when you install it, it becomes part of the full screen experience.
Now, here's another thing I'd like to highlight to people, and if you may allow me to add my camera to
Absolutely,
the stage.
absolutely. Yes, the man's on the stage. You're a little blurry. There you go.
Yeah, it'll.
There you go.
It'll sort
Yeah,
itself
let
out.
it sort
eventually.
itself out. Yeah, there you go. Yep, you got you. We got you.
All right.
Yep.
So I have not turned this on since yesterday, so we don't know what we're gonna get.
You're still
But,
mad blurry. You need to do one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's because it's like an autofocus.
I know. Yeah. It's a weird,
weird.
autofocus thing.
All right. Well,
get the
turn
screen
on.
on. It might help. Yeah.
All right. So.
Or you may want to like play with the camera's the filter, the lens. Yeah. To kind of manually zoom it if you can.
All right.
There you go. That's a bit better. Much better. Much better. There you go.
Now here's what I want to show you guys, right? Maybe you happen to be a weirdo Xbox hater, right?
Okay.
And you just don't
like
want to
you.
see you don't want to see this Xbox user experience, right?
Yep.
Because I see a lot of people like weirdly don't like they game on Windows. They've complained about the user experience in Windows, and then they see this, and for some weird reason they hate it because they're weirdos, right? I think you should still be excited about this because you can, as soon as you start it, just close the Xbox app and you can run in big picture mode, and you still get the benefit of all of this with the memory improvements, the background processes shut down, the task switcher, right? And
basically all he did to accomplish that, you have to have two apps open. As you see, I have big picture mode and the regular app. You hit X close, and now guess what? All there is the Xbox app, the task, the big picture mode app. The only way this fails now is if you close this. Now it will reopen the Xbox app because one thing must be open.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right, but you wouldn't close this. So now I effectively have a Windows-based Steam Deck with no compatibility issues because it is Windows, and I get controller first UI. Right, and I can launch a game, and this is the same experience you'd get on your Steam Deck, but you get all the benefits of Windows compatibility.
Yep.
Right, so you should be cheering for this, even if you don't like Xbox.
True,
because it is an improvement to Windows. Now watch this. Watch this. I got my game Shinobi running.
Yep.
And I could just go back to Steam.
That's right.
That's it.
Yep.
This is a win for everyone, whether you're a fan of Xbox or not. So I really would like to let's get away from the dogma.
The hate. Yep.
And let's just say, wait a minute, they're addressing things that we've asked them to as Microsoft and Windows for a long time. And they're doing it now. So let's cheer on the thing that they're doing.
Yeah, for real. Absolutely.
Regardless of how you feel about it.
I have no notes. I have no bad notes on any of this because this is pretty excellent. And can we talk a moment about I can
close my game right from here, right? Because you still get the game bar, right?
Let's talk a minute about the potential for other first party like launchers when this thing comes out, right? It looks like right now the only one you can select is the Xbox app, but there's a drop down that allows you to select the Xbox app, which is the only one there, right? So the question becomes, what else can you post there eventually, right?
I think while
they'll go elsewhere.
I think while they work all this out, it'll they're limiting it to their app. But obviously, listen, if this is a massive success and everyone's using like everybody's using like this handheld experience for their maybe desktops as well. You can't do desktop yet.
It doesn't work on desktop. It doesn't work on desktop. This is why I brought the question. Not yet.
But
no matter
again,
what you do, the desktop won't come up. We're not exactly sure what is precluding it. I suspect it's the screen size and the touchscreen nature. That's what they're using as their whitelist barometer. But so far, those who have tried it on the desktop, even if you have the right software version and you follow all the steps, you can't get it running on desktop yet.
Yeah, and John Wolf says you could do this with the EA launcher also, but it has hiccups. I would argue I before this came out, I avoided the EA launcher like the plague. So
Well,
I can't speak to that.
To Wolf's point, what he means by that, and that's any
There's some
other,
Steam games that require
no,
the EA launcher, right?
No, that's not what it is. Every other app store besides every other launcher besides Microsoft's and Valve's are not controller first.
Right, like
EA's launcher, not controller first. GOG, not controller first. Ubi, not controller first. So as soon as you do this to any of those, now you're stuck hunting and pecking on a touchscreen because it's not controller first. So this hopefully, and honestly, this has been my one pet peeve for a long time. GOG has the best aggregator of all of them, but it's not controller first. This will hopefully push them to implement controller first components so that you can actually have GOG living alongside this, living alongside that, because that's the reason why it makes Steam so great, because as soon as you have big picture mode, now you're controller first, just like you are when you're inside the Xbox app. So like these two have become the way to get it done at this point.
My biggest complaint with the Steam Deck, which because I love that device, is that I couldn't get Game Pass on it, and there were some compatibility isures with certain games that I just didn't want to think about. Now, I was able to live with it because I don't really care about multiplayer games, right? But there were always still some issues. That's the reason I went to the Ally in the first place, and then I loved the first one, liked the first one, loved the X, which you see here, and why I want the Xbox Ally. We'll talk about the price in a second because I'm getting nervous. But this solves those issues where I can get that big picture mode Steam OS experience and still get my Game Pass experience, right?
Yes.
And again, I think it's great.
So
the other thing is, this is just the beginning.
Real quick, this was my retort to those who said, "Oh, if you don't like Xbox, you don't need it." I said this multiple times. Right now, when you are in the Valve store, it's great. If you're on a Steam Deck, it's great, but good luck trying to get any other launchers going. It's a pain in the butt. It is. And when Steam, Game Pass, which you most likely are subscribed to, is damn near impossible. I've been able to get one game going, just one game. That's it.
That's because you had to do it through BattleNet, right?
Through BattleNet, that's right. This solution is not only jump off of the Steam train and come onto Windows. This solution is the best solution for Steam users as well, because now you get to do all this stuff without having to tweak and twerk to get your other app stores launched. They all work in this seamless way, even if all you do is spend all your time in Steam, as Mr. Everborn Saga is showing here. This is a great solution. At some point, I don't know, I can't prove it, but at some point I suspect that either Microsoft will or somebody will find a way of saying of choosing Steam or big picture mode Valve as the app that launches from boot. Then you don't even need to have the Xbox store up.
But the thing is, like, even if that doesn't materialize or it takes a while to materialize, let's clarify all, like, if you turn if you actually restart the device, then it's going to boot directly into the Xbox app. But as you just showed, if you open Steam and then close the Xbox app, it's gone, and the Xbox app won't come back up unless you call it, and or you restart the device, right?
Yeah, or you close everything, then the Xbox app by default launches. But you don't need to do that, right? You can definitely just like go put it into suspend and then unsuspend it when you need it, and boom, everything's right back where it was. Yeah,
that's absolutely it. And now you're in whatever launcher you want to be in. So what I want to see from the Xbox app before I use it as my main over big picture mode is I need them to solve the issue with the metadata.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's not ready yet, right? This is still not ready for Gen Pop. I want to see version 1.0, how that looks like when it's ready, right?
Because I'm going to show you guys what I mean.
Well, this is what he means. Look, right here. See these two? These two are Steam games, and one doesn't show any logo at all. The other one shows just the straight icon logo. And if you look down, no metadata at all. It's just straight up play. So it should have all of the information. Yeah.
And versus if I go here, I got all this info about the game.
You got all
right?
the metadata. Yes.
So
yes.
what I would like to, and the interesting thing is, let's say you went to Shredder's Revenge and you have that installed on the Xbox app through Game Pass, and then you have it also in Steam. The Xbox version will have all the art, it'll have all the metadata, and the Steam version is just, like bare bones. So there are solutions for this right now that launchers are using today, and I understand that as Microsoft, they can't really use those solutions because
they are Microsoft.
Right.
That's literally the point. They are Microsoft,
right.
so they can't use those solutions. Yeah.
Right. So they just because the concurrency that would be required, the security things for them to ship an app that might be loose, so they're not going to use like a public API.
And by the way, all these other stores that have been doing these things, those servers, if you will, are being used best effort, right? Oh, give us like a Patreon or a donate to our efforts because we want to keep it alive. That's the only reason why they exist. If Microsoft starts tapping into those, that is totally unfair of them, and those people will complain, as they should, right? Like if you're $1 trillion company tapping into this existing ecosystem, you should be paying for it. Versus, Play Night and all the others who are just open source tools tapping into it every once in a while. So if Microsoft is doing it, they must roll their own. That's literally what it is.
Them rolling their own requires them working out a deal with Valve,
with partners and all of that.
Can we create a big API that'll like surface people's entitlements so they can just download their own games directly from the Xbox app? And Valve's going to have to say, well, if I do that, you're not incentivizing people to come to my app, and then maybe people end up buying something in your store instead of my store. And I don't know if I want that. So that's something that they have to work out on the business side. But in the meantime, what I'm just looking for is I want the other launcher games to at least have proper art when I launch the game. And then, maybe I would main that. But right now I'm keeping them separate. So Game Pass stuff is and whatever Xbox, Play Anywhere stuff that I own, I'll play in the Xbox launcher. But my Steam games, I'm not launching them through the Xbox thing. I'm going this way. That's just now. This is pre-release software. But the point is, you can do it, and that is the beauty of Windows. And what I hate is people spinning that like it's a bad thing.
Absolutely.
This is something that, as the consumer, is in your favor, that they're giving you this freedom, and people want to know, but how they're going to make money? Like it's your goddamn problem.
Who cares how they make money, ladies and gentlemen? It's not important how they make money.
I'm sure the multi-trillion-dollar company has it figured out how to
has a plan. Yes, has a plan.
What you should be worried about is your pockets.
That's right. How you're going to make use of this and make benefit of it. That's right. Yeah.
So anyway, I am through the moon over this user experience, and I'm waiting with bated breath for the Xbox Ally, because again, it will be the third iteration of my favorite PC handheld brand, and so I'm in the bag already. But you can, because if we're going to talk about it, they might get cute with the pricing. Right?
Oh, let's go. Let's talk about this.
Because we'll talk about what they did with the console, but it is less than 30 days before this thing comes out, right? 26 days.
Yeah.
And we don't have a pre-order date or the pricing. And if it was going to be a good price,
let's talk pricing for a moment. But as we're talking about pricing, before we get there, I think we need to thread the needle of pricing. We'll get back to this handheld pricing, because we need to first and foremost talk about what happened as far as that pricing elsewhere.
We will. I just want to say one thing about the Ally thing, right?
Yes,
we're going to come to the Xbox Ally pricing. But what I'm saying is, you have this experience. You can get this experience right now if you currently if you currently have an
any Windows handheld,
right? Or especially if you have an Ally X, right?
Oh yeah, an Ally X works.
If they get cute with the pricing, don't feel any obligation to anybody that you need to buy that thing.
You see, now
So
you're starting to sound like a legionnaire.
Well, no, I'm definitely not sounding like a legionnaire with that $1,500 nonsense.
Well,
What I'm saying
no.
is,
This is for the first version. Anybody who has one, you can still do that right now. There's no need to go. You're starting to sound like Doc Dark. We don't need them no more. It is what it is.
right. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I want it for other reasons, but my point is, don't let them get cute with the price and feel like you gotta
And feel like you're forced.
right?
Yes, absolutely.
You get it because you want it, right? So my tap out price on that, and I know we're not talking about it right now, but my tap out price is anything over $1,000 for that Xbox Ally X. I'm sticking with what you see here with the full screen experience if they go higher than that. But my whole point in this rant is you don't have to, if what you are excited about was only the interface, you can get it on any one of these handhelds. So don't let them rake you over the coals.
Like we said from day one, right? Well, like we said from day one, the exciting thing here is the software, not necessarily the hardware, because the hardware is great.
The hardware is a little bit exciting, but I understand what you're saying.
Look, you heard what I said. The hardware is great, and I said I was down to buy the original Ally, not the Ally X, like the Xbox Ally. But at the end of the day, because the hardware is very capable. Y'all saw me use it. I put videos out and all this. Very capable, clean, wonderful hardware. But for me, the excitement here was this device, was this software, right? With the software here, it gives you far more options to maybe not like be artificially forced to go that realm or not. And real quick, because people have asked, let me also do this. Let me maximize real quick and show you what it looks like when you're going into desktop. Look, you'll need Windows keyboard and mouse to get there. Check this out. And now you're back into the standard Windows fare. You don't like it, you want to go back to your thing, you press the button, you go to settings, and then you go right back into the experience. And actually there, it asks you, do you want to reboot? Because that's the best way to get it. Or you can do it without the optimizations, and then you're back in full screen mode. So there's that, right? So you can always go back to full screen mode if you so choose. It's quite easy, quite like wonderful, well thought out to do. But Everborn Saga, since you've spoken about this price point for so much, let's start backwards. Because of other reasons, and we'll get into those reasons, I am now a bit more convinced that we might not be seeing great pricing here on these handhelds. We might be on the cusp of some really wild pricing conversations when these handhelds are finally in pre-order territory. What, in your estimation, would the price point, where do you think we're going with this?
So it's also important to clarify, because I'm seeing some people saying over 600 I'm out. That's Aaron, and Tim per 999 is a non-starter. So let's also clarify
the lower grade one, right?
Right. Yeah. So I do think if the leaked pricing is correct, that is good pricing. So you can, if there's an entry level price of below $600, what we're talking about is like a $549. No, I don't even believe we can get for $499 at this point, but I think $549 is still aggressive for what they're offering from an ergonomics perspective and everything else, and an out-of-box experience. I think that's good. $899 is what I was expecting for the Xbox Ally. I'm still kind of expecting it, but as you brought up where we're gonna go, I'm getting nervous. But I do think that if we get to $999, judging what the current market is, judging what everyone else is charging, judging what AMD is doing with these Strix Point APUs, it would not surprise me. But because we're talking about a device where they kept certain specs in order to keep the price low, if you're going to charge more than $1,000, this is where I would agree with community members Sycamore and John. If we're above $1,000,
call them by their names, man. Call them by their names.
Famas. Sorry, if you're in the Discord, you'll know them by Famas.
There you go.
If you're above $1,000, right, and you didn't do 32 gigs of memory, and you kept the same screen, now I got a problem with you. That's why I say I'm tapping out above $1,000, right? You should have, if you're going to charge more than that, you should have gave an 8-inch screen. You should have given 32 gigs of memory. But if it's at $899, looking at the current market, that is an aggressive price. And at 1,000, they're pushing it. And I don't know, I would get it, but I don't know that I would really recommend it at 1,000 because.
So here's my question, sir. Here's my question, sir. At 1,000, and we're just speaking completely in in theory crafting here. At 1,000, what does that make the Legion Go 2 look like? I feel like they give him some buffer at 1,000.
I don't think they do. And I'll tell you why. Because the Legion Go 2, the starting price is $11.99, but for $11.99 you only get 16 gigs of memory.
True, not the
and
24
you're
gigs
not getting a Z2E, and there's no AI. So the Z2, True. If you don't know, is basically a Z1E, just renamed because they had them laying around.
No, that's not true.
That's what I heard.
No.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No. The Z1 and the Z2 are two different chipsets. The Z1E is 8840U's little brother. They took some components away for the Z1E, right? Z2E is the
not Z2. I'm not talking about the Z2E. The Z2 is. I heard that is the. I heard that the Z2 specifically, not the Z2E. The Z2 is a Z1E by another name.
Well, okay.
Yeah, look it up. Just go look it up because
I understand what you're saying, but from a power level, you could say that. You could, but it's not. It's a newer process that has been. Look. The TLDR here is, and yes, I know you're correct in saying what you're saying, everyone, and even MJ is agreeing with you. The problem I have is they should have never renamed these things in the first place. So it makes it all kind of gobbledygook, right? The chip that's inside the lower grade Ally is basically a pro version of the Ally of the Steam Deck chip, but by a different name. They have been doing a lot of shady naming scheming to kind of confuse the consumer, which I completely think is kind of craven, but it is what it is. Is this an AMD thing?
I want to clarify what I'm saying. Not the Z2, not the Z2A.
Yeah, you mean the Z1?
No. Let me say what I'm saying.
Sure.
I'm saying not Z2E, not Z2A, not Z2 Go, specifically Z2. Okay. It is literally them taking the Z1E chips that they had laying around and putting a new name on it. That is a Z1E. You can look this up.
So let's look it up, and whatever Born is saying, and which, hey, it is what it is, right? The Z2 is the Z1E that was inside the ROG Ally-X, and they've just renamed it and called it the Z2. So where the Z2E the Z1E used to be the roof, it has now become the floor and been renamed to the Z2, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So every time you see a Z2, basically expect Z1E from ROG Ally-X. Basically expect the chip that is in Everborn Saga's device that's right here, because that's the Z1 Extreme, right? And that Z1 Extreme is being renamed to Z2. Again, and shout out to you. Thank you so much for checking out the content. Again, shady naming schemes. And they allow,
Again, this is why I'm saying I don't even think the Legion Go 2 base price is even comparable, because it's you're getting so much less. Now, that's why, if we're talking about the Legion Go 2 with the $1,300 model, now you have a Z2E with still no AI. Hold on.
So what you're describing now is, if you buy the entry level Legion Go 2, what you're getting is, from the innards, from inside, you're getting less memory, the same chip as the ROG Ally-X, and an 8.8-inch OLED screen. And how much battery is it? Is it also 7.75 point still?
No one has confirmed that yet.
Okay,
I don't know.
So they basically put an OLED screen, an 8.8-inch OLED screen, onto basically the Ally-X and called it the Legion Go 2.
Yes.
So if you actually want the real Legion Go 2, that's the $3,500 one with the Z2 chip, with the Z2E chip that does not have AI. But again, AI is the misnomer because none of them really had AI. Microsoft just put a couple AI, put the tops in the ones they wanted. But otherwise, the Z2s themselves, the Z2Es themselves would be AI-less, as they all tend to be.
And also, I'm just looking at the description now. So the Z2 is still a Zen 2 architecture. Yeah. It is still the 780M GPU, iGPU, right? So it's not an 890M, it's a 780M, which is what is in your current Ally and current Legion Go. Yeah. Right. So it really is the Z1E. When you hear Z2 and no extreme at the end of it, it's a Z1E.
It's a Z1E. Okay. Which, let's be honest, that is them doing what they do, and I personally think that's a little that's craven behavior, as they tend to. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Okay, so it makes it even more egregious in its price point. But I will say, in a world where even the quote cheaper ones are kind of bad, like as far as the price to performance it goes, these high end ones are not looking as bad. I was hoping that Microsoft would come out with like Microsoft / Asus would come together and they'd show you hardware and you'd be like, wow, and then they'd show you a price point that would gobsmack you, but that's kind of tough, man. That's kind of tough. And MJ Dark is disagreeing with you. He says, I disagree with Everborn Saga. The base Legion Go 2 should be at least $950, but it's the same power and that OLED VRR starting at 30 frames. That is a very good point. Yeah. So what he's saying is, even though it is a lower grade spec and even though it is very much a small one, last gen's chipsets and all that, there is, if they had struck the balance at like 950 or even just straight up 1,000, there is still reason to get a Z2, Z1E with an OLED and VRR that starts at 30. That's pretty good.
I think 1,000 with 24 gigs of memory would have been a great place for that, right?
Wow.
So it's the 16 gigs of memory that I'm taking issue with, right?
Okay.
That's the ridiculous thing to me.
So you take issue with 16 gigs and I take issue with the 7-inch screen. Understood.
Well, no, I'm saying for what they're charging. Yes. Because again, the entry level Xbox Ally, it has 16 gigs of memory.
Yes.
But we're expecting it to be under $600.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So to me, that makes sense. If we're talking about $1,100 for 16 gigs, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. So
all right, now let's talk about the real elephant in the room, which is these Xbox console price increases.
Yes.
We're talking about price.
Before we do real quick, Lord Roughness asks, so Kay, which handheld are you getting? I really don't know, bro. I don't know. I definitely want to get at least the smaller version of the Xbox Ally. I want to, but like since I'm a man with a bunch of handhelds, like the cost to performance, the reason I should get one versus another becomes a very hard nut to crack. And right now, with prices being as spooky as they are, I might just get something really powerful and call it a day.
Okay, just say what it is.
I'll tell you.
Lady K Asante is starting to notice all of these handhelds, and now you got to justify them more when you buy.
No.
That's what's happening.
It's not that. It really is not. It's really not that. Because I found a great method of recycling, so I don't end up spending more. Right? I recycle. That's what I do. It's fine. But
the CCP pass is what he's talking about.
Hey, calm yourself. So what I actually am looking at these days, and the man MJ Dark can attest, that Z Flow 13, boy, and the price is going to get up on that one too. I'm looking at that Z Flow 13. I really want the Z Flow 13. I'm thinking that might be my next purchase. If not the Z Flow 13, another handheld or another device that has the Strix Halo chipset in it. Right. I know
like
GPD's
the GDP
out there.
Win 5?
No. I hate their software. I've always hated their software. Like their software is garbage. I really dislike it. Like I had GPD devices. I returned them. I sold them. I don't like their software. And their hardware is great, but BBL with terrible software, I'm not down with it. I'm sorry. So I need to find something that's a bit smoother.
Can we say something about Strix Halo for a second? Because Digital Foundry did a video comparing the GMK Tech mini PC that sports the Strix Halo APU. Now, let's be very clear. That device is like $1,500. So it's not comparable. It's just that these APUs are getting expensive now. But the idea that a Strix Halo APU outperformed a PS5 is insane.
I mean, it's got 4060 Ti performance. It is a true beast. Look, and MJ Dark and I have had these conversations for a while, and he can attest. My problem with these handhelds has always been, the reason why I keep buying new ones has always been, I need to find one that solves the problem by itself. MJ is always buying one and goes, yeah, this is great. And then I add my eGPU in, and then I have this standalone GPU that adds more capabilities to it. And my contention has always been, if you want that device that you can take on the go that actually does the job, it should not need any accessories in order to fulfill that need. It should be able to do it all by itself. And so far, none of these handhelds have been able to do that. The concessions are too much, in my humble opinion, right? Some of them get closer than others, right? The claws getting real close, and they all use like some various upscalers or whatever to get that last mile. But it looks like Strix Halo might be that first chipset that does it all without you having an extra accessory to as a stopgap, right? And even MJ has been talking about that, where you don't even need to buy an eGPU and plug it in. This thing crushes by itself in your hand. Yes, it's true that it's bigger than most devices, and it's not a handheld like that. It's more laptop form or Surface format than anything else. But for me, honestly, that's what it's looking like for me. It's looking like either the Z Flow, if I can get it at a righteous price, because we live in America these days and pricing is becoming a problem. We're gonna get into that. Or something else that has the Strix Halo chipset in it. That looks like that's my next port of call, sir. That looks like that's what I'm going to be doing. But Everborn Saga, I know what you want to talk about. You want to talk about Microsoft once again raising the prices of their console. How much have they raised it to? Here is the breakdown, and this comes directly from their own website, which is this Microsoft website talking about price announcements. It asks you ask what other prices. They even have a PDF to show you prices in the outside the United States remain the same. So this is for anybody who's talking about, hey, this has nothing to do with the tariffs. I beg to differ. It says prices outside the United States stay exactly the same. This is specifically for these here United States. And what's the price? Here are the prices as announced by them. So that means
is the problem.
Go ahead.
They just raised these freaking prices.
I know they did. They
just raised them.
As of October 3rd in the US, the new price of the Xbox Series S. This is not anything special. This is the Series S, the lowest barrier to entry, is now $400.
Also, let's keep in mind this is what the all digital PS5 started at 5 years ago.
5 years ago, right? This wasn't their big dog. This wasn't their little dog. Rather, this was the big dog. Series S, PS5, right? This is the PS5 without the disk drive, right? Their paper launch, right? We called it a paper launch because you could barely find it at the time. That's the price of your Series S at this point, right? Now, your Series S with the terabyte is $450, which is to me kind of nuts. Your Series X, the one you bought for $499, $500. Now that's $150 more at $650. So all of us who barely use our Series X's anymore, because we're all in PC town these days, who have Series X's sitting there. Yeah, your Series X's value has increased by $150 extra. That's wild. And then of course, let's not even talk about the 2 terabyte Black Special Edition, which
look, I don't really count that one. It's a special edition. It's
we have to give,
whatever.
but it's still available. But we have to give these dudes smoke. This is PS5 Pro price. Ridiculous. Because at least the PS5 Pro purports to give you something, even though I think it's not enough. But at least they're trying to do something. What these dudes are giving you,
power.
Sure, but these guys are giving you just shiny dots on literally the outside cover and a 2 terabyte drive. That's it.
Yeah, I mean,
$800.
If you buy that, I think
you're crazy.
I think that says a bit more about you than Microsoft. But the where I'm looking at is the Series X, which is the base model, which has gone up $150.
$150. That's nuts, man. That is wildness.
Insane, right? I don't know if it's because they're doing like just-in-time inventory, or this is another angle. They just don't care if you buy this console, and so if you do, they're gonna make sure they make some money.
They're gonna make their money. That's right. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I see Ray saying PlayStation will increase their prices. They might, but until they do, I think Xbox got to get this smoke. But again, I think the larger signifier here to me is that since they're shifting their business to be more like software focused, right, and hardware is just like one of their avenues to software or whatever. I just think if they're going to sell these things, if they're going to continue to sell them, then just not going to take that loss anymore, right? And so
it's no longer their way to get you to play your games.
It doesn't matter if this makes them sell less, right? So I just, this is one of those things. It is what it is. If you buy at your own peril, but everything to me says they're moving the platform more towards PC, where other people will incur these costs associated with hardware, and they just make as you see, the full screen experience, right? Which will only get better, which will converge with the console, and you'll effectively be able to turn any PC at some point into your console, and you bring your own hardware based on how much you want to invest in that. And I think this is the beginning of that. So these last vestiges, at least in the traditional bespoke console space, if you want it, you got to pay. I wouldn't do it. I don't recommend it.
In light of all this, can we now see what they meant when they were trying to do that? This is an Xbox thing. They knew the hardware was going to become too untenable, so they're trying to turn all your own bespoke, bring your own hardware into that device, so they don't have to sell that to you anymore. So it seems.
Yeah, and again, I got a 4090. I'll probably upgrade when this 6090 comes out, right?
Yeah.
I'd much rather that with a full screen, an Xbox full screen experience than any console that they're willing to sell me, because I want to get the most power that is available on the market, and that's going to cost me. And again, buy at your own peril. That's all I can say. Right
now,
they're going to charge what they charge.
Price, how confident, and we'll get to Lucius and the other super chats in a moment. With this price, how confident are we of what we were thinking about those handhelds? Are we still confident?
So what I've been very confident about is that I think the leaked prices are going to be what they charge. So $549 is an entry price for the white model, and the X would be $899, which is matching the current Ally X pricing. This, I'm less confident about that. However, I would like to add the grain of salt that, remember, this is a Microsoft-produced product, right? And Microsoft doesn't care about selling hardware as much as Asus would, who is a hardware company.
Yep.
So Asus can't just charge you whatever they feel like, because it doesn't matter how much this thing sells. Asus, even if Microsoft doesn't, Asus does care.
Yeah.
So there's another player in the room that may keep the prices still competitive, because they want to continue to be looked at as the number one, Windows-based PC handheld, and they're the ones competing with the other PC manufacturers of these handhelds. So it'll be incumbent upon them to do something pricing wise that'll keep them competitive, because as we've just displayed, everyone will have access to the software layer that they're getting. So they're going to have to compete somewhere, and it's not going to be on an OLED screen. It's not going to be with the most memory. So they're going to have to compete on price. I'm talking about Asus, not Microsoft. Yeah. So I think I'm still team $899 and $549, but we'll see what happens. Because Microsoft's not really the one fully in control of these prices. It's Asus. That's the whole point.
So you really think that they ultimately will still come back to that price that you thought they were going to do?
I'm more trying to will that into existence. I have no idea what they'll do, but I'm going to stick with my guns, team $899, and I hope that I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I'm giving myself $100 buffer before I tap out.
Okay. No, that's you're playing it fair there. I think that's a fair thing to play. Okay. The great Lucius Augustus, $5 super chat. He says, I have yet to play a game on Switch 2 from Nintendo that makes me feel like my Switch 2 was worth it. Hardware-wise, it's a great device. Ooh, that is some slander, sir. I have a feeling that the president of Nintendo may have a word for you after we
I will say that I really enjoyed the enhancements that were offered to the Metroid Dread. I really enjoyed my time with Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I still need to finish. And I'm really looking forward to Metroid Prime 4. And God help us all when that next Mario game comes out. So I'm still happy with it. It's not getting a lot of playtime because I really only get the Nintendo stuff for the first party, but you know, I'll be playing it again in December. That's all I'm saying when Metroid Prime 4 comes out.
I mean, I would say the same thing about Ghost of Yotai, but that's neither here nor there.
I didn't really care about the first one, so this new one doesn't really do much for me.
There you go. $2 super chat, and he says, "Happy Saturday, Greybeards." #Sega. Had to say it that way. Sorry.
Absolutely.
Great man. MJ Dark, $5 super chat. He says, "'Twas the day before October 16th. Not a fill to be found, not a price on the screen. When Everborn swiped his card and said, 1,049? Hell nah, no way."
Nah, listen, if I swipe the card and it says 1,049, I'm calling the bank and telling them it was fraud.
Well, but I mean, technically, that'd be $9.99. 1,049 could be tax.
No. I'm not including tax. I'm not including tax. Like taxes, it can go above that. I'm saying MSRP.
You'd be cool with 1,049 after tax.
Not before tax, though.
Not before tax. Okay. All right. I don't know, man. This whole thing has me going in a new mindset now. I think if you're gonna pay, if you're gonna play, you're gonna pay, and it's gonna be.
All right. Well, guess what? I paid for this current Ally X, and I got the user experience. So if you want to play chicken with the price, I'm not gonna lose. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. All right. So, honestly, I'll be honest with you. I don't think after all of this, I don't think the hardware is gonna surprise people. I have a feeling we're gonna be in uncharted waters. People are gonna be a little upset. I gotta feel that way. Especially because of all this conversation, right? Like I genuinely feel like, and if you read all the narratives, right? If you read the narratives, it's not looking good, man. I don't know, bro.
That's fine. I'm still team $899 and $549. I'm 10 toes down, so we'll see. I'm just giving you the alternative if I'm wrong.
Okay. So, all right.
And unlike some other people, I can easily admit that I might be wrong.
Are we shadowboxing again? Is this
you didn't do the sound effect? Yeah,
Seriously.
so Pixelbit G with the $2 super chat. He says Pixel said MS don't care about hardware.
He
They
did.
may not, but Asus does. And it is not
Asus
just
does, yeah.
Microsoft selling it. So this is why
Yeah.
I'm still Team 899.
Yeah. And let's give the man his flowers. He did say Microsoft don't care about hardware. Like way back when. He said, nope, they don't care. You know, it is what it is. And you know, we at the time we were like, we're not so sure. But now it started to look like the man was on to something. I'm just saying.
Shout out to Doc Dark 1985.
The great Doc Dark is in here with a $5 super chat. He says, thank you, K Asante, for the technical support. I agree with Everborn. They better be careful with the price. I already got the full screen experience on my Ally.
This is what I'm saying. You can't win me with that. You better do something with the price.
We look, this might be what we're saying now, but because of that, they may just go, oh yeah, bloop, all gone. Nobody has it anymore. Then what are we gonna say? They could easily like come out tomorrow and just like put the kibosh on anyone who had it before. They could do that.
Like the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Life finds a way. We'll get it.
Okay. All right. Well, so this week we said we keep it concise. We have 30 minutes until 2 hours. You wanted to talk about the Meta thing. What do you have to say, sir? Let's get into that.
Okay, so I'm becoming a VR conscript because I've been very skeptical. Now, understand, you're talking to someone who every Oculus from the first one has been a supporter of this thing. I get the new devices when they come out. I've had every Quest, right? I've had all.
You had the Rift as well? You had the Rift?
I had the Rift, yes.
Oh yeah, me too.
The Quest, I got all of them on day one because the idea of the technology fascinates me. The implementation has always been lacking. And I'm basically like a fan from afar. I'll get the device, I'll support it, I'll try it. Okay, these are the advancements, and then I put it down, never to be returned
never see it again.
until whatever,
until the next update. Yeah.
So and again, I still subscribe to those channels. Like, oh, there's a new update. Let me try this new feature. Oh, that's cool. Put it right back down. It's not practical for everyday use. Now, since the Vision Pro came out from Apple, which was again $3,500.
What did we say? We said they would steal all of the homework.
Right.
All of the homework. What have they done?
We demoed this and we said Apple has once again figured out that user experience, right? Overkill on the tech, overpriced even for the tech that they offered. But the user experience, they got it. And since then, Meta and Quest and whatever you call them have been slowly but surely picking away at each of those user experience implementations that we saw in the Vision Pro, right? So from the way that content is displayed, from looking at your PC to turn it into, to bring it into VR by just looking and nodding, right? All those things that you saw in the Vision Pro UI, they're piece by piece all been brought into the out-of-box experience for the Quest. And I've looked at it now, and they've got the new Hyperscape thing, which I'm going to try today. They have demos of it where they can render ultra realistic rooms, but now they've added hyper realistic captures. So you can now scan your room in photorealism, right? You'll be in that virtual space, and you can invite someone to come into your virtual room. So when they're talking to you,
have you tried that yet?
They're in the room next. I'm going to try it today. I've used the Hyperscape, but with someone else's room. I haven't used it, scanned my room yet. So that's what I'm going to try today. But the biggest thing, and I think that this is the killer app for VR more so than games, is the new TV app, which is right. It's the viewing experience. So what they're doing, they've created this 3D app, but it's more like a flat app that's in 3D that you can throw on a wall. And it has all the apps. So if you have an Apple TV or a Google TV or what do you call it? A Fire Stick or something like that.
Yep.
They basically recreated
yes.
that experience where it has all the streaming apps, right, that are right there. You can sign in and then watch a movie, and it slightly dims the background just so you have the ambiance. Throw it on the wall, and you'll feel like you are sitting in a movie theater, right?
Yep.
And you can invite someone to, if you have another headset. But again, you can buy 2 headsets for $300 each versus $3,500 for one. And you guys, instead of going to the movies, can watch something that is in high res on a movie screen right in front of you, and it's all like simple to use, as easy as using an Apple TV. That, to me, forget about all these tech demos and all this other stuff. Being able to watch content like you're in a movie theater is next level. And the reason I know this, right?
Because you did it with wifey, right?
I showed it to my wife, and she was like, "My God, we should watch a movie like this." And because this is how you test these things, if it's ready for prime time. Can you give it to a casual? Can you give it to your grandmother? Can you give it to somebody? And will they, 1, be able to use it, and 2, be interested in? And that is what I saw with this new viewing experience. And it's so cool because if I turn my head to the side, I can just lean out. If I'm in like that VR experience and somebody's talking to me, you lean out and it sort of fades out whatever's in VR, and you're seeing the real world right there. So you can lean your head out and talk to someone if they're talking to you. Not to mention you're already in AR, so you can see them anyway. But if you were in a VR experience. So what I'm saying is the tech was always there, but the user experience it's right there now. Is there a full game experience? So there is the Xbox Cloud.
You can game pass.
I haven't tried that yet though.
I have. It's not bad. It's not bad. Low latency, pretty good. It's depending on your internet.
Here's the thing, Doc. You are a man of culture, so you game on PC, right? The remote desktop feature allows you to just look at your PC screen. Like literally put the headset on, you're in AR, look at your PC screen. There's something going to come up on your screen, like in VR or AR. Yep. You say, yeah, I want to bring this into AR. And now you have your computer screen right up there in the world. Make it 50 feet large if you want. And now you can just game that way.
Yep.
Right? So this is the thing. If you're already on PC, you're good to go, right? And this is stuff that is built in out of the box. That's the interesting part. It is not just something you got to tweak and twerk to do. They set it all up for you. You go into your settings and you just say, turn on remote desktop. And now when you look at the device, it'll pick it up. So
the only unfortunate thing here, though, is it is very difficult to show people some of these benefits, like very difficult. Like as you've been talking, and I co-sign everything you're saying. Like, remember, I was the one that was like, "Oh, have you seen what they've done yet?" It is awesome. Problem is, good luck showing anybody any of this without a VR headset that they can put on themselves. It is very difficult to show off. Even Meta's own website. I'm literally like, as you were talking, I'm like, let me find some visual elements to show what he's talking about. Good luck finding that. It's very difficult to find that. Like, it's hard to show off.
Yeah.
So this is one of those trust me bro situations.
Speaking of difficult to show off, I don't know if you saw Meta Connect this week, where they showed off the new Ray-Ban glasses and the new wrist
Those
tech.
glasses are looking awesome, bro.
But here's the problem.
It's like $800 or whatever. You can't even see the lens.
The demo fails were worse than when Elon broke the window on the Cybertruck reveal.
Oh, wow.
Now, everything failed and they tried to blame the Wi-Fi. But we'll come to that. So now Doc is asking which headset he gets. So here's the thing. I personally am... I'm team Meta Quest 3, but you can get the 3S, which basically has all those features, less resolution for $299.
Yeah.
So if you just want to try it out, I would probably go with the 3S, and then if you like it, because it's good to have more than one in the house, then you give the second one to your kid or your wife in case you guys want to watch a movie together, and you get the 3. But because you're just getting into it, I think you should spend it as little as possible. So I'm going to recommend the 3S.
You see, I would go opposite. I would like for me, because VR, the experience of VR always depends on how much money you put to it, and most people put like phones on their faces when they first started, and it was a trash experience, and it gave them a bad experience from then on. I say within your budget, get the best you can, and the best you can right now is the Meta 3, right? I would get the 3 proper, and then if you want an extra one, get the 3S, because the 3S has a little less resolution, but still gives you all the decent things you want. But the first experience should be the best experience, because that's what keeps you there.
I mean, I can understand that, right? I'm just saying, like, and again, for me,
putting phones on their faces, and it kept giving them trash experiences, and then from then on, it was like, oh, the experience is trash. No, it's not. Yeah. You just put a phone on your face.
He said, no, it's not. You're trash. But I like
on your face, and you will change your mind. You
know? I'll tell you this. They both have it. It doesn't matter which one you get. You can get the same user experience. But Doc, so I personally am a Quest 3 user. The 3S is a little bit it's like the Series S, right? So it's like, think of it as getting an Xbox Series X versus an S, and you can make the decision that way.
Yep.
But the Xbox
they've
works
limited
on both
some of the. They've limited some of the resolution. Some of the places. I think they give you less of a Wi-Fi signal. I think you get a 6E instead of 7.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
They've changed a few things to make it cost effective for people to get the 3S. So I guess the point I'm trying to make is the 3S is a great companion to the 3. Right? If you don't buy 2 3s, because now you're spending too much. But if you have a 3 and you like it, and somebody else is in your life, and you're like, hey man, I want to get another one for my partner or a kid or whatever, 3S is perfect. It's not like bad, it's perfect. It's just a little less than what the 3 is. And if you're getting it for yourself, get the 3. Anyway.
All right. Yeah. Now the other thing, this is another thing that's making me say I think it's like ready for prime time is it now, because these things are all camera based, right? But so traditionally you couldn't use it in the dark. It would just say turn the lights on. It doesn't work. Now you can use it in the dark and in bed. So you can be in bed and then watching a movie with all the lights off.
See, you didn't pay attention. That feature came like maybe 8 months ago before this UI came. Well, they called it driving mode. Like when it first came
travel
out.
Mode. Travel mode is called.
Travel mode, exactly. Where it doesn't use tracking, and it lets you do it in the complete dark, even sit lying on your back.
But the thing is, there's travel mode, but now I remember when that came out. But now there's a specifically in bed mode where they just tell you, okay, look at the ceiling, so that we can get a sense of where you are, and now you're like in bed.
Oh, so they added in bed mode as well as travel. Okay.
And here's the other thing: you had to manually do it before. Now, if you turn on the lights, they just say, "Hey, do you want to go into bed mode?" So they're automatically
they're
noticing
what you could do and detecting it. That's pretty cool. That's great.
Right. So again, it's those little things. Now, the other thing that before we move on from this is they had MetaConnect this week where they talked about a lot of this stuff. They're moving away from Unity for the runtime for development, and they've made their own VR engine, which I think is great. So it can take better advantage of their hardware specifically. And this new wrist thing that reads the electrical pulses in your hand. And by the way, it looks like it's no bigger than this. This is the wristband. Like, this is not it, but it'll be something like this, right? And it reads the electrical pulses in your hand, so it knows what you're doing with your thumb and your fingers without actually having to see it in. See, Doc, I feel like you're going someplace. You can, but let's not go there.
Hey now, what are we doing? Hey, okay, all right, yes.
But so it allows you to control the user interface for these
Mm-hmm.
glasses, but I imagine it would also work when
For
they
the VR,
update it
regular, yep.
for in VR and on the Quest,
Yep.
without having to need a camera to see it, right? Because this thing
Yep.
tracks your hand, so it knows what you're doing, so you don't need a controller, but you can be in the dark, your hand can be behind your back, and it will know what you're doing. Which brings us to these AR glasses now that have it gives a screen into the lens of the glasses, which no one can see but you. And now you don't have to say something out loud to do voice commands like an idiot. You can actually just wear the wristband and move your finger on your hand. You can even handwrite on your leg because it can understand that. And you can interact with that interface just by doing gestures, even if your hands are in your pocket.
And
So,
this is the 2.0 version of what already exists, which, like, let's be clear, it's not cheap for $300, right? The new one will be $800. Full AI, full, like, being able to see images
that right
through
there, they just showed the wristband.
yeah,
And it's kind of stylish.
Full AI, full capable. These are the older versions, right? But now you can actually
You need the ones that say display. Is this a display?
No, that's not it. Where are they? Where
Comes
is it?
out on the 30th. It's
Yeah, it's
Ray-Ban
not out
display.
yet.
Right there, second to
Ray-Ban.
last, second to last. Meta Ray-Ban display. Yes.
Display. Okay, there you go. So this is how the best way they're describing it or showing it off. Let's be clear, $800. There's the band right there. Right.
Here's another interesting thing. It has transition lenses built in, and you can add your prescription for your glasses in there. So when you go outside, they become sunglasses, which basically allows you to still see the screen, when you're outside. 5,000 nits brightness. That's like iPhone levels of brightness on, right? And again, you can interact with this thing just by moving your hands because it's reading the electrical impulse.
Rayoid says, nah, I'm good.
Well, so I don't know that I want these glasses to be out in public with, but I want the band to be able to control the Quest 4 or whatever.
Yeah. Although, look, I think these glasses are super interesting. I just think the price point's ridiculous. Like $800 is much for what you.
I don't know, because I paid. These are my glasses, right? I paid like I don't know, $400 or $500 for these, right? So $800. I don't think if you're in the glasses market, these things aren't cheap.
Sure.
And they're Ray-Bans.
These aren't cheap.
Go try to buy some Ray-Bans right now and see what.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And what it does seem to do is give you like a lot of these a lot of these features that people have been wanting in this world for a while now. Right now, you can literally get guidance as you walk down the street.
Well, this is one problem why I might not pull the trigger on this, because it is interesting enough because I want to try the tech, but you're not using Google Maps or Apple Maps. You're using Meta Maps, which
yes, you are. You're
right.
You're literally living in Meta's world with this.
Right.
Stuff.
The text messages are through WhatsApp, which is fine. A lot of the world uses that, but like I'm not using regular text messages. So basically, I don't really want to. I need this thing to interact with the rest of, like Google Maps, iMessage, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. You have to use Spotify if you're using music, but what if you don't use Spotify? What if you use Apple Music or something else? Right.
Yep,
So
exactly.
I need it to interact more with existing ecosystems than forcing me into theirs.
Yes. Yes. What they're doing seems to be like they've learned the lessons of Apple. We have really cool features for you, but you'll only be able to use it by forcing you into our ecosystem.
Yeah, but you're not Apple though, so you need to relax.
Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, this is what they've done, right? Like super awesome stuff, but in order to use them, you must now deal with our mapping software. Allow us to monitor all of your vitals wherever you go, stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Mr. Everborn Saga telling us about how Avowed should or should not be played. We already know what he's about. kind of difficult to sell that message at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Why don't I explain to you how to sell that message while you're falling asleep on a rock and completely taking you out of everything? But anyway,
you know what I'm saying? So
I digress. But the wristband to me is the real story here. It's not the glasses. It is that wristband. I think that's the future of AR interaction, human interaction with AR. Because again, it is reading the electrical pulses. And if we're down that route where we're reading electrical pulses, you could really be in VR and have kind of transformative experiences, not just with this, but in general. Once we're at that stage where you can effectively interact with software without speaking to it by just taking those electrical pulses, I think that's huge.
Yeah. No, look, I will say, you know, I give them as much slander as possible, but I will say Meta has brought some interesting stuff to this game. And this is super interesting.
I always appreciate feel however you want about Meta, right? And hate them as you should or whatever. But they are the one company that is investing multiple billions into advancing AR and VR. And I think that that's a net positive.
Yep, absolutely. Without them, we'd have no one at this point, right? We keep hearing Valve is going to release a headset or whatever. They've released a headset before. I am a proud owner of the Index, but they are not moving the ball forward. Who's moving the ball forward here is definitely Meta. As much as we hate it, you know, and his mama called them Oculus, I'm gonna call them Oculus. I hate the fact that they even changed their name to Meta, but we still must give them credit here because they seem to be doing some very interesting things in this realm. And because of them, we all will soon get more benefits, whether it be from them or from other companies, right? Just like they stole the homework of
look at the band right there.
Apple.
Look at that band. It doesn't. You don't look like a weirdo with it, right?
And the plus is you don't look like a weirdo with the glasses either, right? Which is surprising because as much tech as they're putting in there, the glasses should be far thicker than they actually are.
I still feel like you got to have the right face for those glasses for them not to look stupid. True. I don't know that I have the face for that.
But it's more the style than it is the tech, right? I've always been a person who's thought that Ray-Bans are for a certain type of individual, right? Not everybody is able to wear Ray-Bans, but these are Ray-Bans by all account. They're not tech hidden in Ray-Bans. They just look like Ray-Bans, and it's come a long way for us to be able to just see them and go, yeah, these are like Ray-Bans like any other Ray-Ban. As they look, they don't have ridiculously thick horn rim, the horns on them or the sides so that it hides the tech or anything like that. The tech is there, obviously. You can see a camera or whatever, but by and large, it's hidden so well integrated that you don't need to worry about all that stuff anymore. And to me, that is very much like credit to them for that, you know. But yeah, I think that's that. Aaron is in here saying, as long as nobody tells Zuckerberg that the multiverse isn't a thing, they will keep investing.
We are getting the benefits of his delusion. Let him continue to spend his own billions while we get better ways to watch movies in bed.
Lord Roughness, the great Lord Roughness with a £5 super chat. He says, enjoying my Ally X. So if the Xbox Ally X is over £899, that's me out. But don't tell Lady Roughness the most expensive Legion Go is looking fire. Hey man. Hey man. It is what it is. And then of course we have what I would call the menace, the Black Viking in here. He's saying, hey chat, spam registry. This is an inside joke. Join the Discord.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not gonna explain it. If you join the Discord, we will explain it to you.
Yes, it is hilarious. It is 11:50 right now. I say join the Discord and stop being a bitch. Let's keep it moving.
Oh man.
Hey, just what you wanted, right? I'm gonna give it to you. Stop being a bitch.
This is what happens when you mention the registry around K-Sante. Please continue.
Anyway, so I think we've
well, hold on, wait. Before we go anywhere, chat. Is there any other major gaming news that we missed this week?
Yes, sir.
We've been all about the tech. We've been all about the prices.
We've been tech today. Yeah, we've been tech today. It's main tech. It's its main tech, its main Xbox news. But if there's anything out there that possibly interesting that we're not talking about, let us know. We'll touch on it. Absolutely, why not?
I do kind of find it interesting that we are on the eve of Ghost of Yotei releasing, and we didn't even think to bring it up.
No. So for me, Ghost of Yotei is going to be really cool because y'all had me at Watanabe mode. That's what you had me. I'm good. But those who like it, like it. Those who don't like it, yeah. I suspect this is going to become one more along those lines, right? I think this is going to be a lightning rod for the whole woke thing.
I don't. Okay, let's just. I'm not going to get into the politics of it, but I'm sorry, right? The internet's not a real place, and these online whatever boycott campaigns from whoever's doing it. It didn't work on Hogwarts Legacy from one group. It didn't work on whatever from another group. If the game's gonna sell, it is going to sell. And if it doesn't sell, it's not because some people got mad on the internet, right? It's not like whatever online boycotts did not hurt. What's the Ubisoft Assassin's Creed Shadows? Right?
So one thing. While I will agree with you, I will not say I cannot say that it didn't do anything, because I have a feeling the Hogwarts Legacy would have gotten some awards at the award shows.
I'm saying it didn't hurt the sales.
At that conservative, true. It does cause some static, but sales aren't that.
Yeah, and the awards is just an extension of the online conversation. I'm saying real world, tangible things on the. I don't think it matters. So when I say it is not it doesn't. I've been saying this before there was any controversy around whatever. I just am not seeing the level of excitement that I saw for the first one. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I have a feeling it's because people wanted more of the first one story. That's the first thing I heard when this thing was announced. Oh, where's our protagonist, right? Like, it's different now and all of that. So we'll see how it goes. I will be playing that day one. It'll be a game that will get my money, because I've always liked that IP. So we shall see. Frankly, I wanted to play it on PC, but hey, it is what it is. They do what they do. So either day one or a few months down the line, it will get my money, because I am looking forward to that. Yeah. Let's catch up on a couple of these. MJ Dark, $2 super chat. He says, remember, GitHub is now a crime, but not for Switch. Another one of those that I will say, join the Discord if you want to know what the hell he's talking about. Yeah, GitHub is a crime these days. What you going to do?
Oh, and we should bring up Tokyo Game Show, because we didn't talk about it at all.
Sure. Morning Voice saying, games news you missed. WoW new patch. Explain, sir. Oh, WoW's new patch. Yes. WoW's new patch. But we all know most of us in here don't care about WoW. Am I wrong?
Nobody here cares about WoW. But if you want us to talk about WoW, Morty, come join us one week and you can tell the audience all about WoW.
Absolutely. We would love to have you on the show. You could be our WoW correspondent. Let's go. We're down with that. Absolutely. And then, of course, MJ with another $2 super chat. He says, tinker on PC is now a dirty world. Word. Wild times. People are trying to make the tinkering go away, all of that, less tinkering, blah, 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 whatever, And then there are people out here, acting like Christopher Columbus, acting like they invented shit. That's neither here nor there.
There we go.
Anyway, exactly. So, see, Cullen Prime cares about WoW. So there you go. We'll get more WoW stuff going on for us. That's great. But all right, before we get out of here.
No, Aaron,
let's
you cannot.
Talk. Oh boy, can we talk? Can we talk out of WoW? Yeah, that's one thing that I think we should talk about, just for a brief moment. Those who have played the Outer Wilds, consider that game of a generation. But most people don't want to play Outer Wilds. I don't know why. I tried it for a little bit. There's a conceit. There's a thing that there's a something that happens that makes you just understand that, oh my God, this is far more interesting than I thought it was. but it takes you discovering it, and nobody should tell you and all of this. I want to play this game and understand why everyone is so like enamored with it, but I can never get myself past the point where I'm ready to do so. Everborn Saga, do you think we play this game for the community and talk about this? Because I feel like somebody needs to. Have you heard of this?
First of all, Aaron has been on this show several times. He can come on and tell the people about it. But I'm giving you 20 minutes. Damn it. 20 minutes. And that's all you get to explain. Look, there is one thing we do need to talk about, Kay, though.
Okay.
PlayFab game saves. Because I think it's going to be a big deal, and I want us to be the ones that talk to people about this.
Sure. Okay, go for it.
So, PlayFab is an Azure gaming service that Microsoft offers to game devs. It's not just for when you're publishing on Xbox. Helldivers, before it came to Xbox, was using PlayFab services, right? It's back end, it's middleware stuff, right? Yeah. And so they are now introducing game saves that would allow cross-platform progression. So if you take advantage of this, and by the way, this is a free service, you can take advantage of this as a game dev, and you can it allows for cross-platform saves across things like Xbox and PC and whatever other platforms you support. So basically they want to standard, like, some people do this, right? The Baldur's Gate devs do it. Where they have their own cross progression.
Ubisoft have been doing this for a long time.
Ubisoft does it, but everybody has to come up with their own solution for this, right? Obviously, Cyberpunk 2077 does this. Yep. What they want to do is standardize it, so you can just drop these things in, and then have cross progression, cross-platform. So you buy a game on Steam, maybe it's in Game Pass, or you had it on Game Pass, and then you picked it up on Steam on sale, you can pick up right where you left off.
Yep. It's their way of kind of bringing quick resume, kind of, sort of, to any device, right? You pick one up, continues right where you left off, even though you weren't playing it there in the first place. It just it synchronizes the saves across the board and brings it everywhere. It's basically what Valve is doing right now, but Valve is doing that because it's wherever you happen to install the app. Microsoft obviously has a more complicated solution with being able to live in multiple platforms, right? PC and console and all that. But if they develop it this way, now all of that is transparent to the user, and you just pick up your game wherever you happen to want to play it, and the progression just carries with you. Pretty cool idea.
Keep your eye out for this and start paying attention to if we see more games just having cross save without you having to do anything or sign up for other accounts. I think it's going to be a big deal. I see Wade Johnson wants us to talk about the Copilot gaming update. To that, I would say no, because I don't care. I say that with all due respect. I just don't care about Copilot gaming.
So about that, and we'll talk about that just briefly. I can't speak too much to it, because for me, I feel like Copilot and AI has become the buzzword of the day, and everybody keeps trying to shoehorn it into stuff. Over time, though, it becomes very interesting. They tend to do super interesting things in that space. For now, I don't know if it's just them co-piloting everything and adding gaming to it, or if there are gaming specific things that it does differently than anything else. Right now, I don't see it, right? I really don't. Maybe I should spend a bit more time working on it, like playing with it a little bit to see what it does differently than, say, Perplexity or the regular Copilot or any of the other myriad of AI tools that are out there that you can basically talk gaming to, right? Like, in order for this to be useful and to be interesting, it has to give you specific gaming things that you couldn't find anywhere else. And right now, it just feels like Copilot, and they added the word gaming to it. Same thing. You can ask it for directory directions. You can ask it for food. You can ask for all the other normal generic stuff you do. They just added gaming to it, and I'm just like, okay, what makes?
I'll tell you what this seems like. I'm just gonna be just completely whatever. This reeks of Satya Nadella told the entire company that AI was mandatory for everyone's job, every role at every level. For some reason, even the janitors. And now gaming has to shoehorn it in because it came from top down. You got to put this stuff in here. I don't see it. And I'm not somebody who's against AI. This just feels like a shoehorn thing where they're trying to find a way to make it applicable because they have to
make everything AI capable. Yes. And that's why I was like, me personally, I don't see its usefulness right now. But again, that's because I have seen it this way, exactly like what you're describing. So like, I suspect that at some point it will become more useful. Today, I don't see it. I don't see it, but again, I need to spend some more time poking around and playing with it. I do see that it's available. It's been available in my insider program for some time now. I've just never really messed with it. But to your point, Way, I need to spend more time and see if it's actually worth talking
well,
about.
I will let you be the guinea pig, sir.
Hey, man.
I will not have it.
Just like I came and told you, hey, have you tried the new MetaQuest? They finally did it, and here we are. Right?
But then they didn't actually do it for a few years later. But I understand what you're saying. So I'll check it out in like 8 months.
But there you go. So I think that's it for us today. Today we're keeping it concise, about 2 hours. Besides, there's not that much gaming going on right now.
TGS, just a quick word on TGS. What are you expecting besides Forza Horizon 6?
I mean, that's all I'm expecting.
I feel like the cat's out of the bag with that.
Yeah, right. Like, and if they don't do that, that'd be wild and sad, because that's what we're excited for at this point. You want bonus points for me? Make sure it's announced by Vin Diesel. Get bonus points for me. Bring out the Fast and Furious crew.
Well, if it's Tokyo and it's Fast and Furious, it should be Bow Wow that is introducing it.
Sure.
If you want to be lore accurate.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's in it. He's just in the end credits, which is true. It's true. Yeah. You should be Bow Wow that comes out. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? I'm just saying, it'd be cool. But otherwise, I mean, I'm expecting Ninja Gaiden. More Ninja Gaiden talk. I would say, and this is for my boys out there in them streets waiting for the Ragoons, waiting for what they're waiting for. If after TGS we get no pricing, we get no pre-order stuff, grab your pitchforks, man. I'm right with you, because then it's really like problematic.
You got to be careful when you say you're gonna grab pitchforks with people, because people are gonna ask Paris. They're gonna actually be mad.
We're gonna actually have a pitchfork ready to grab. That's no. Okay, I'll say it this way: after that time frame, I think the pitchforks are righteous. I may not grab one, but I will then allow it. You won't hear any crap from me when people are grabbing pitchfork. I think that this is probably their last real chance to make a splash, and of course the environment, like where they will be, is more amenable to handheld devices and smaller devices and things like that. PC, right? So that's a very good opportunity to then, like speak to that audience, show off your wares, and get pre-orders started. I think that'd be a good one. Even though I agree with those who say it's too late still.
Yeah, and last but not least, Music72 said Randy Pitchford. Listen, when are you guys going to stop falling for the Randy Pitchford marketing? He says foolish things whenever he has a game to sell.
Randy Pitchforks is what he said.
Okay. I see what you did.
Randy Pitchforks.
I see. That was good. That was actually clever. But again, I need people to stop falling for this marketing, right? Whenever he has something to sell, he gets online, he says something stupid, everybody gets riled up about it, and then they all go and look at his game and then they buy it. It is marketing.
Yep.
And you guys keep falling for it.
Well, but to be fair, the game is really good now. Like actually good.
Okay.
Right? And historically it hasn't necessarily been the case that it has been worthy on a merits
Borderlands
alone.
4 just came out. What do you mean it's historically?
Well, Borderlands 3 was trash. Borderlands 3 to me was trash.
Okay, that's fine. Right? But right now he's selling Borderlands 4, and before that,
I guess what I'm saying is the others have all needed his bit of slander to get it to past the point, and this game is actually, to my understanding, it's counteracting the narrative. The game itself is actually good, and every time he speaks, people just kind of get mad at him speaking. Maybe he should just shut his mouth and let the game sell. It's unlike it normally is. You know what I mean? So. It is what it is. Slow-mo backslap says the people who are buying it because Randy said something are stupid.
People who buy it aren't buying it because Randy said
something.
Yeah, but I think it's still more attention on the product, and when you hear like he says something, there's an article, Borderlands 4 gets brought up, and now it's in the zeitgeist, reminding people that Borderlands 4 is out, let me go buy it. Those people are going to buy it anyway, but it is a way of keeping it out there. I'm telling you, this is marketing. It absolutely is.
Absolutely, it is. Yes. And then he always has one of those cards ready to, one of those codes ready for people. You know, it's absolutely marketing. That's all it is. Before we get out of here, let's address a Bunk Pie's comment here. He says he hopes that the future of the Xbox full screen experience improves the Windows power management and sleep.
Okay, I want to talk about that. I would like to speak to that. So I saw the video the Fox put out. And the Fox was very explicitly testing the MSI Claw 8 AI, which is running that the Intel Arc APU or whatever, right? Now, if you watch that whole video, the Fox will explain he already put out a video that the Strix Point APU, HX370, has much of this handled. So the reason the full screen experience isn't doing it is because Microsoft is leaving that to the OEMs, and in Strix Point, AMD has handled a lot of that, and the way that the Intel chip in the MSI Claw handles it, they would prefer throwing more power at it so you get more performance. But it is not that is a Windows thing or a Windows bloat thing. That what the Fox was explaining, it is on the OEMs to tune it properly, and this is pre-release stuff. So I don't know that we can throw it on the full screen experience. Now, can Microsoft do this? Yes, they can, but as of now, they're leaving it on the OEMs.
One thing about the whole slander versus MSI Claw versus this.
That wasn't slander. I'm just saying.
No, I know it was. They have not tuned it because it's been left to them, and that is a righteous and true statement. I will say though, using the original Ally, which is also a Strix Point device, right? The OG Ally, it also doesn't have great Windows management, and they've purportedly solved that already. But if you try to use the Ally, the white Ally, which I am currently using, which is Boom's Ally, right? It still doesn't do sleep-wake management well in this new frame. So again, to your point, maybe Gen 1.0 release 2 Gen Pop does a better job. There have been updates happening left and right. Actually, during the show, an update happened, so they are updating it. But like even the standard Gen Pop version, the standard version of the Ally, which is a Strix Point device, currently doesn't do really well in the sleep-wake power management stuff on the new device.
And also, I want to clarify what I was speaking to is specifically power management. Now, sleep-wake is going to be what power plane you're on, but what I was speaking to is power management, as in how much. You mean how much AI throws at? Yes. Do they use to run whatever task you're doing? So if I'm running Ragebound and the device is running at like 20 watts, does it need to be? Why can't it automatically say, well, I only need 7 watts to do this?
Only need 7. Yes.
Right. That is the thing that is on the OEM.
Yeah, that's combination is different. To a Bunk Pie's point, right? Power management's a different thing than sleep-wake function, and sleep-wake function is a function of power management as well. But like when we talk power management and what you're describing, it's about it using the amount of total system power effectively or optimized so it's not wasting resources, right? And then of course sleep-wake function, keeping the games in memory and keeping everything locked to a point where you don't necessarily have to worry about it waking up in the middle of the night. I would say that sleep-wake function part has not been solved yet. Even in the Ally, it's still kind of wishy-washy. It still turns on when it shouldn't turn on. So we shall see what it looks like.
Now, what I did hear is that what was told to the Fox when he went to Germany when you guys were in Gamescom and he had his background meeting. This is what he said in his video when he first came out. The white one it's on like it's tuned a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But the X is still kind of on one of the default power plans. Yeah. And so at that time they hadn't made any changes from a Windows perspective. So, but again, there's time, and those are things that could be tweaked before we get to launch. So we'll just have to see.
The white one is far more bespoke, right? It's far more bespoke than the black one, because the white one is using a chip that no one really will get to use except for them. I mean, it's available, but no one's really using that specific chipset, that Pro Steam Deck chipset, right? Whereas the black one is just the same Z2E with an AI with Z2E AI enabled. So whatever benefits my AMD levies will get across the board. Whereas the white one is a unique beast that will be, optimized differently. This is why I still want the white one, because that one is a snowflake. It's a little different than the others,
Yeah.
So we should see how that.
That's why it's white, because it's a snowflake.
Oh, you son of a! Anyway, I think that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep it moving. But yes, I hope we answered your question to your satisfaction. We will be keeping an eye on these waters, because we feel like this is where the magic will happen ultimately. It will be interesting. Sycamore had to be here real quick. Drop some slander. $2 super chat. He says, please back up your Windows registry.
Also, right, before anybody starts crying, snow's literally white. When I said white snowflake, I don't.
Okay, now you're just going too far with it, sir. Where can people keep up with all your ongoings online?
So it will be in the Discord, but if you are in the New York tri-state area, come to New York Comic Con this year, because we will be at booth 2039, and we got some new things that we are giving away. Just come stop by the booth, and we'll have some surprises for you. But come check us out there, and obviously we're in the Discord every day. All manner of shenanigans going down. Oh yeah, and that's it, man.
So yeah, I will say similar. Come to the Discord. Come help me discover which handheld I'll be purchasing next, because I'm in the market for the next one. I just don't know which one I'm buying, so we shall see. But yeah, come join us on the Discord, discord.gg/TGCP. It's always great to have more folks in our Discord having great conversation. I will warn you though, be cautious. Be on your P's and Q's.
Can I say one thing? This is a conversation which we will continue in the Discord. Now, Sycamore, I see you talking about the GPD win.
GPD win. I call it BBL win.
Because it has that Strix Halo, you might be excited about it. But guess what? It still has a 7-inch screen, 120 hertz VRR, the same screen that is in the Xbox Ally, which you said is 3-year-old tech. So do you accept this now?
Oh boy.
Or will you make exceptions, because there's no Xbox logo on it? But we can talk about that more in the Discord, sir.
Is it edge to edge, or is it like the same thick old boy at the top of the bottom?
7-inch, same screen that is in your Xbox Ally.
See, that's enough.
He wants to smoke. Sir. He said he'll see me in the Discord. Ladies and gentlemen, I suspect things are going to get spicy today. You should join the Discord if you haven't already.
All right. On that note, it has been real. It has been fun, and it's been really fun. Thank you guys always for being here. We always love hanging out with you guys on a Saturday morning, and of course, continue the conversation over at the Discord. You'll catch us next week here on this channel doing some things. We have some interesting potential interview opportunities and stuff. I'll speak to you offline on about that, Mr. Everborn Saga. But yeah, I think that's it, man. Anything else?
Nothing, man. As Soil Tech says, we are civil on YouTube and monsters in the or slander in the Discord.
In the Discord, yes. If you too want to get the full screen experience running on your device, about 3.5K people have watched it right now. Go check out the video. It's on the GCP channel. Also, the video of it we're running on the Legion Go did pretty well, over 10K views. So thank you guys so much for watching this stuff. We really appreciate it. You know, getting more folks, more eyeballs on the stuff. Thank you all so much for continuing to rock with us. And I guess that's it. We'll see y'all next week. Hopefully TGS is mad fun. See y'all next week. Peace.
Nice to be in orbit.